How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I just had a weird drop of water on my lip. Sorry for that weird I hope you're doing well. I'm having another introspective day. A lot of overthinking, but so those days come, and we just gotta deal with them the best we can. So, question of the day. So I want to get into doing movie reviews again. I got the movie review channel. It's called So Good at Movies. If you want to go follow it, there's not a lot on there, but gonna get back into it. But I want to review movies here first. I think because I could just ramble at it, and I know you lovely folks love to just hear me ramble. So the question I have is, if you were watching a movie review for reasons other than just general rambling, what do you want to know about the movie? Because for me, first of all, I don't want any spoilers in the movie reviews. And I know a lot of movie reviewers spoil the crap out of the movie, and you're just like, dude, I was gonna watch that. Because it does feel like there's two types of content. You've got the movie review, and then you got the let's talk about this movie. And I think those are two different types, but often the let's talk about this movie is called a review. And so, you start watching, and then there's a spoiler, and you're like, dude. Or they're like, spoilers, and you're like, you can't click off fast enough, and you just get it ruined. And I know there's a scientific study that says people enjoy movies more when they have the movie spoiled. I think that's bullcrap, and I hate it when people spoil movies for me. So please never do that, or I'll be sad. So, that reminds me. So I work part time at church, and one time it was Youth Sunday, and they used a bootleg clip of a new Star Wars movie and spoiled a very big scene in episode 7. And so that's the first sequel. What's it called? The Force Awakens. So you know what scene I'm talking about if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, well, then it doesn't matter, because you probably don't want to see it if you haven't seen it by now. It's Force Awakens. I think it's the best of the sequels. Anyway, but yeah, they played a bootleg copy while the movie was still in theaters of the scene that you're probably thinking of. That's the biggest spoiler. Maybe second biggest spoiler in all of Star Wars. So, rude. Anyway, the movie had been out for a week. And they got this bootleg cam rip they're showing, and you're like, what the? I was so mad. Anyway. So what do you want to see in a movie review? So for me, I like to talk about kind of just what I liked about the movie. I think that's kind of the direction I want to go. It's just here's what I liked about the movie. And I've also thought about doing movie reviews for filmmakers as sort of a why you should watch this movie if you want to make movies. And I think that'll be on my filmmaking channel. So, just trying to make the YouTubes something to do, keep myself busy, keep myself active. So, I just want to start, be okay, here's what I liked about the movie. Here's what, maybe fell short a little bit, but never any spoilers. A brief, here's what the story's about. And always, I'm trying to aim for 4 minutes. I think when I ramble on the ASMR movie reviews, they're going to be longer. But for the actual movie channel, I feel 4 minutes or less is kind of the sweet spot. Because sometimes you see these movie reviews and they're an hour long, and you're who's watched? I just go watch the movie. Which again, it goes back to that's more of a let's talk about this movie sort of a review. It's not really a review anymore. It's very in-depth. So question of the day part 2. If I make the let's talk about this movie sort of videos, what should I call it? Should I just say let's talk about La La Land? Or I think that's actually a pretty good series name. If you agree, drop a comment. If you disagree, drop a comment. think is very important for reviews. Because, I've watched, what's interesting is that there seems to be, it's Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns, I think are the two big YouTube film reviewers, but there's like not a lot of like middle people, I feel like. And maybe I'm wrong. Like if there's a movie review you like, drop the name down below, because I need to do more research. But it seems like there just isn't a lot of like big name movie reviewers, but those two guys are very big, and it doesn't feel like they do anything particularly special with their reviews. They're not super insightful. They're not super well produced. There's nothing about them that really sets them that far apart from some of the other people. They just seem like pretty chill dudes. So another thing that I want to do with movie reviews, I don't want to talk crap about movies. I feel like that's such an easy thing, and you see it all over the place in YouTube. Is like half of like comedy YouTube is just like people just talking negatively about a thing, and like that's it. And it's like there's some people I do like. You talk about like iDubbbz or like H3H3, and like they have some videos that are like legitimately like very good, but then it seems like the bulk of their content is just kind of shitting on things. And like when you see it through that lens, you're like, man, this is kind of negative and toxic. And it's like, yeah, I don't like Logan Paul either, but like I don't see I feel like the negative attention you're giving him only builds up his name, his image, So, can't we just talk about the things we like? That's kind of what I want to go. I'm sure I will talk bad about some movies, and there are some movies that I think like maybe legitimately aren't really worth watching. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, it's not that good. It kind of takes a lot of the charm out of the original. And the third one's pretty good. I just watched that the other day. But so, yeah, just like what do you want to know about a movie going into it? Like, obviously, is it good or bad? And it's like, even for myself, I don't know. I think I want to know a little piece of the story. Just like a little brief plot synopsis that gets me like, okay, that sounds interesting. And then I kind of like to hear what I think is good from a filmmaking point of view. A lot of times I'd like to hear about the technical stuff a little bit. There's a guy on Twitter. His name is it's like at KYABR, I think. Don't quote me on that. What's his name? Kyle something. But he talks really good. He doesn't spoil movies, but like he talks about a lot about like black cinema and like folklore that went into a movie, and like stuff that like maybe isn't spelled out in the movie, but if you understand like that's what these filmmakers are referencing, you're like, whoa, that's deep. He's very smart, very good. Indie cinema. Interestingly enough, he was a lawyer, and because his Twitter feed was so good, he ended up getting a job at Netflix as like independent film counsel stuff. So just killing it. Good for him. Like his Twitter feed is excellent. He definitely criminally low followers. I'm pretty sure he's under 100,000. So go give that guy a follow. He's great. And his gift game is on point. But if you want to know more about like pop culture and stuff, especially like black culture, he's your man, Yeah, so movie reviews, just trying to think of like, get a formula down for like, okay, here's the movie, here's kind of what happens, here's who's starring in it, here's what I liked, here's where I think maybe it could have been better, than like an overall score. I think that's kind of what I did with the first. I have 2 reviews up on that other channel. One is for Cats, yeah, and the other one is for a movie called Let's Go to Prison. And then I did some other reviews that I unlisted them because, like, looking back, they're a lot older, and I wasn't as good on camera, so I kind of took them off. And obviously, I don't have like the background near as good as this. I did like a Last Jedi review where I kind of just shit on it a little bit, because I didn't really care for that one. And now for, a lot of people are like, oh, you didn't like it because of duh. And I'm like, no, I think they just added a lot of stuff that didn't need to be there. Like the casino stuff, like that's is a good message, but it was like a half-hour like side adventure, which it's like, okay, and you kind of took everything that that J.J. Abrams did, and you kind of just like trashed it. And then, like, I mean, slight spoilers, you had the Princess Leia scene where she's like Mary Poppinsing through space, and you're just like, what was that? Like, because that would have been, Carrie Fisher did die, so that would have been the perfect time to just kill her off. Like, it makes total sense, but we're getting neither here nor there. I don't even remember how they brought her into the 3rd film. That's how forgettable I think the sequels were. I had no interest in watching that 3rd one again, because it was just like long and kind of, you just groaned when you found out, like, where did just everything. I don't know why they needed to bring Senator, the Palpatine guy back. Like, it's just bad. I don't know. I think that's what Star Wars is. It's like, Star Wars is this thing that has amazing potential and constantly squanders it, and so, I just think, like, The Mandalorian, so what I've only seen, like, the first 2 episodes, is, like, Star Wars potential met. And I've heard good things about Clone Wars. But the rest of Star Wars is kind of just like, Rogue One was also very, very good. I liked Rogue One a lot. And of course, the original trilogy has its place. It's very good. But it seems like maybe half the fun of Star Wars is just like the potential of it and being able to talk about that. Because, like, I got into film and movies because of The Empire Strikes Back. That captured my imagination as a child. Like, and I rented those Star Wars VHSs from Blockbuster so many times. My parents just ended up getting me the box set, and they're like, here, stop renting these damn movies. Today, as a kid, loved it. And every time I'd shovel snow, I'd think I was like, I'm on the Hoth base, which I don't know why in my wildest imagination I was dreaming that I was on the Hoth base and my job was to shovel snow. But I guess, when you're in like a dumpy situation, you just gotta make the best of it, which is kind of what I'm dealing with now, just shoveling snow on the Hoth base. Everybody shovels snow. Oh man, what is that from? It's a movie or like a TV show where he's like, everybody has to sweep the floor. Today's your day, or something like that. I don't remember. That's my life, is I just like remember these brief, weird, like hyper narrow film references that like nobody remembers. And I'm just like, what's that from? And people are like, you're a crazy person. That's like an extras line in some movie that no one likes from 1987. And I'm just like, well, what's it from? But that one's a more important one. Everybody, today is your day. And it's like a turnabout. It happens twice. It's like once the boss does it to the main character, then later in the movie the main character does it to the boss. That's here nor there. Just movies. Man, I just love movies. And it's been such a weird year. Because like I've had so much free time, but I just haven't watched that many movies. I just haven't been like, everything has just been so bad. And you'd think with like surgery and like not having work for like a month because of surgery and COVID like hit at the same time, and then like the rest of just the summer where like work was down, like I would be like, oh, I should have 90, 180, 270 minutes. So that's like, a good 5 hours. Like, at least, and like, a lot of the movies, like, I'm not trying to be like, a new movie, it has to be 365 unique movies, like, I don't care. But like, even if I'm, watching a lot of comedies, like, I probably want to watch, good movies. Like, I watched all eight Harry Potter movies the other day, 2 days, like, so it's doable, like, I could do it, but like, again, I found myself like tuning out a little bit, so I don't know. But then also I've been thinking back to, I talked about this yesterday maybe, about just how, like, what's the point of watching the movie if you're not really going to pay attention, you're going to tune out. So, what benefit does it give you? What am I getting out of it? And it's like, well, originally I was going to make reviews for all these movies and then watch 365 movies, 365 reviews, done, and then I'd have my 500 videos on YouTube, done, and I would be the biggest YouTube movie reviewer, or I don't know. I would have at least, I don't know, 1,000 followers, maybe. Pretty cool to get a third YouTube channel up to making the money, making the ad rev. If I could get 3 channels going, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because that just starts, you start to get this domino effect, and it's like, okay, if I can get it just to a point where it makes just enough money, you can start dialing back this other knob and then turn this up a lot more, and then, you just, I don't know what this is. But you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna make content. And I think that's really my goal, like my overall goal is to like be financially independent, because that relieves just like a lot of anxiety. And it's like, well, how can I do that? Like, not having a job is key. And like, that's why I work freelance, because like, I had a job at an ice rink and I cared a lot about that job, and I put a lot of time and effort and energy into that job, and I gave up, I sacrificed, and then it got taken away from me. And that happened at a young age, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna let that happen again. And I haven't. And I think that's kind of where the drive for financial independence, it's been, I don't know, it's over 10 years in the making now, I think, because when did I get fired? It was like 2008, I think. So 12 years kind of in the making. Although I thought I was older than 22. Anyway, so yeah, so it's just like, okay, how can you do that? And it's like, well, photography has provided, and video work has provided, and that's just like super great. Although I do have a loud upstairs neighbor now, which is fine. I don't know if you heard that. They like to jump around or something. I don't know what the deal is. They stomp and jump. I don't know what, but they're having fun up there, doing their thing. Good for them. But and so now it's like, okay, well, that job, I see the writing on the wall. That job is becoming, the skill set is not as unique as it once was. And, I heard a quote the other day that people don't pay you for your effort, they pay you for your unique knowledge. And the way to get unique knowledge is effort. So it's kind of a cyclical thing. But it's like photography and videography and editing, like, these are not as unique skills as they once were. They don't command as high of a price as they were. And more people are getting into it. The technology is getting easier and easier. And more places are moving to have an in-house person and not hire freelancers, because their demand goes up, which is like, oh, that means there's more work around. But it's like, not exactly. It just means they're going to hire some kid out of college for, $40,000 a year, and they're just going to make him do all their videos, which is like, good for him. Like, that's great. Like, I wish I could have got a job like that coming out of college. A+. But it's like, okay, I might have gotten 3 or 4 of those jobs for $2,000, and you spread that around a couple ways, and that's, that's my salary. So it is kind of like jobs are either pushed to a higher bracket, where they're kind of like maybe outside of my scope a little bit, but I'm on a crew, so that's fine. Or they're pushed lower, and like they're just hiring somebody in-house to do the work, which is like fine. life goes. You got to adapt. You got to roll with the punches, And I feel like 2020 has been a whole lot of punches. I think all of you can agree with that. So, my mindset has kind of been like, okay, let's adapt, let's diversify, and it's like that's where YouTube has come in, and I am super thankful for all you people watching. This channel and my white noise channel, which is called Relaxing Recordings, if you're new here, are on track this month to make over $200 combined. And somebody donated, like 2 people donated this month, which is insane. Like, thank you so much. I can't even, with those donations, it's over $200. And you're like, whoa. Like, that's like 2 of my bills, That's like a 5th of my rent. Like, that's awesome. And I'm doing the stock market thing, which I still gotta make that introduction to stock markets for all you people. Because I think the number one thing I wish I had done when I was younger was invest money. And now, more than ever, it is so easy. Like, when I started investing, and when I was like 15 to 20, you had to pay for every trade you made, and it was like $5. So it's like if you only had $20 to invest, like you could buy 1 share of a stock worth $15, and the brokerage would take 5 of it. And then if you sold that stock, well, you gotta pay them another $5. So for your 1 share, your share would have to almost double in value to be worth the brokerage fees. So like you could save up money and then make, buy more, but like that just didn't happen because I was impulsive, and I'm sure you're impulsive too. And it's hard to accumulate money, especially in this day and age. You have $200 and something comes along that costs $200. But now, like with like Robinhood, where there's like they don't charge a commission. I don't know how they make money. Like there's something going on with maybe the data tracking or something, or like the high level people that make the trades, or they're getting commissions somehow. Somehow they're making money. Good for them. But you don't have to. It doesn't cost you money to trade, and you could buy partial shares. So whereas before I was stuck with like I can buy 1 share of a $15 stock. Now I could be like, I have $20 and I could buy $20 worth of an Apple share, which isn't the whole share, but like you drip it up and it becomes Apple, instead of just whatever $15 stock, which wasn't as attractive. So like that's just the way the technology has moved on that. Amazing. Please take advantage of it. Please, do what I didn't. Go get a Robinhood account. I don't have a code. You can hear the people across the hall screaming, maybe. I'm sorry about that. She's got a young daughter, and she's a happy screamer. I don't know, they have like a playtime, and they run up and down the hall sometimes. It's cute. Anyway, which also cute. Bear scared her once, and Bear's the littlest dog. So, but yes, please get on Robinhood. I think Webull is another one. But Robinhood's the one I recommend. It's very easy to understand, and just get on there, just put some money in, like, they're called blue chips. They're just like well-known stocks, like Coca-Cola, IBM, maybe not IBM actually, I just sold all my IBM because, long story. The Coca-Cola, Union Pacific Railroad would be one, and then like ETFs, which are just electronically traded index funds essentially. So it's like one organization that buys a lot of stocks. So you got like VYM, VOO, VTI would be another one. QQQ is tech stocks. So you do some research, look into some stocks. But even if you have $20, that you can just be like, okay, and then just treat it like a bill. Like every week, if you got $5, like bring lunch from home and take whatever you would have spent, that $5-10 on your lunch, and put it in the stock market just one time a week. Or, you could do intermittent fasting. That's your thing. Something I've been trying to do more of. I did it very, very successfully this year, and I kind of fell off of it, but now I'm going to get back on it. And you could just fast and not eat breakfast. And, if you're not eating breakfast, what does breakfast at home cost? $2 a day. So at the end of the week, that's $14. There you go. Boom. There was a politician politician that was like, just fast for a meal and give me the money you would have spent. Just like, that ain't gonna happen. But you could take that idea and you could apply it to yourself because, I mean, you fast for one meal a day, $2. End of the week, $14. You know, at the end of the year, what is that? 14 times 52. Even if you do it most weeks, you know, that's $750, $800 plus whatever your stock accumulates. Like, if you're like 19, 20, 25, let's say, and you can accumulate $1,000 a year to put into the stock market, just the time growth of that will build, because the stock market tends to go up over time. It's very rarely does it take big dips, but it tends to go up. So over time, you know, by the time you're 50, 60, that $1,000 will have doubled, tripled, quadrupled a couple times, you know, and that's really your best asset. Like, they try to put this into our head in business school, and I was like, that all sounds good, but these $5 brokerage fees are killing me. Like, I can't do that. I can't just put a couple bucks in, but you can. Please do it. I can't stress that enough. If I convince one person to go open a Robinhood account and look into it and just get started with investing, like, I'll have done some good. So please help me out, and if you do, drop a comment that you did, and let's be stock buddies. I don't know. ASMR stock trading. Mad money. Tingle triggers mad money. What's up? Bah, bah, bah. I gotta get all the horns and stuff. So yeah, that's what I got today. Questions of the day. What do you look for in movie reviews? And or do you have a favorite movie reviewer on YouTube? Drop the comments down below. And if you get into the stock market, drop a comment down below. I want to hear about it. I want to hear what stocks you buy. Let's talk shop. I'm into it all day long, baby. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're doing well. And if you're not doing well, I hope that turns around for you. You know, I'm right there with you in the void. So we're gonna turn this around, and we're gonna finish 2020 strong. We've got less than 50 days, so let's get out there. Let's prioritize and execute. Let's figure out what we need to do, how we need to do it, and let's go make it so. You know, let's have a great year, and let's start 2021 strong with some new fresh goals, and let's get our money in the stock market working for us so that we can be those 1% people, and we can affect the change we want to see in the world and make the world a better place. And get some sleep. Damn it, get some sleep. Yeah, that's the first step. You gotta get some sleep if you want to get anything done. So, thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.